All right, guys. So this, in my opinion, is the most exciting lesson of this entire course by far because we are going to cover how to actually create high-level affiliate marketing website. And this lesson is going to be divided into two parts. So first of all, we are going to go over some theoretical stuff, and then I am going to show you how to create your own website using either card.co or Go High Level. So, which are, by the way, online softwares that you can use for website creation. Now, first things first, where to actually get your inspiration from. So, if I were you, essentially just go to breezy.io and affiliate website examples, right? Just write down breezy.io and 9 excellent examples of affiliate websites. Like this site has got actually one of the best, websites in there. So if I were you, I would simply go over all these websites, right? We're not going to go over all of them, but I've chosen actually one of the websites that I really, really liked, and it's called Dog Food Reviews and Ratings. And if you look at this, the website has got simple but efficient goal and target to give you dog food reviews, and then which they're going to give you important information about dog food, what it does to the health of your dog, what's good for your dog, what isn't, and then based on what's good, they will recommend you the food. Now if they recommend you the food is actually going to have affiliate links. So let me show you that, right? So let's just click here, right? Best dog treats, right? And if we scroll down right here and click, for example, this one, right? Just some random dog treat, I want to show you something. So we are in the on the website of the seller, right? Now have a look at the link. If you look here, UTM source equals partnerize, UTM medium equals affiliates, right? This literally tells us this is affiliate link, right? And then UTM campaign, this is like the original number that differentiates this campaign, and this essentially tracks the campaign. This is the unique affiliate link, right? This entire super long link, do you see, is just here to actually assign this campaign and assign the earnings to this doc food website. So that's the first thing, right? Now if you look at all these websites across, all these websites are essentially about reviews of certain things from a certain niche, right? Now let me just quickly go over some important parts of the website, and then I'm going to show you how to actually recreate them in Go High Level and Car.co. So let's go. So first of all, we have the menu, right? Now, obviously, this is a big site. It's got millions of viewers every and visitors every single month. So I wouldn't, do the menu at first. Like you don't need to do that, right? But what we have, right? It the clear, value proposition, basically telling your audience what you do in the most, like in the clearest way possible, right? Dog food reviews and ratings. Nothing fancy, but like everybody can get it, right? Next up, it tells you which reviews it gives you and resources, which kind of gives you trust and credibility. The next thing, expert opinion, trusted advice, and the latest industry news. We help you choose the best food for your dog. So this one right here just basically is a unique selling proposition of the website, right? They tell you what they do in order to help you. Super simple. So, you know, basically just telling what the blog does for, your audience. And then we essentially just have, you know, like the menu, right? the best dog foods, all reviews, dog food recalls, right? Like the most important parts, right? Then the articles, which is like your blog, featured reviews, very simple, right? And then they give you categories. So if you're, in a weight loss niche, for example, then you could have like fitness programs, weight loss programs, muscle gain, muscle supplements, weight loss supplements, health supplements, well, like best supplements of 2025, the biggest, frauds of 2025. Like literally just you just want to categorize it, right? Then you have recalls and warnings, right? Very important. And then last but not least, we have the footer, right? And we also, right, have a link to collect the email address, right? Because right from this, they just build their email list, right? Thanks to this form, they build their email list. So just to recall this, right? What's the most important thing? Give them a menu if you're doing reviews, right? So like best weight loss supplements, best budget friendly, best muscle gain supplements, best, health supplements or best sleep supplements, and worst, supplements of this month or something like this. Then what you want to do as a pre-header, you kind of want to like introduce credibility and authority. So I would just like include this 5-star reviews and resources. This is nice. Then you simply tell them what you're doing in the big headline. That's main and important thing. So like weight loss, product reviews, and ratings. Like be as simple as possible. Don't be fancy. And then right here, you want to be as specific and as detailed as possible about what it is that you do. So like expert opinions on weight loss products that will actually work, on expert opinions on the best fitness programs or whatever, right? You just want to make sure that you define your offer, right? Then what you do, you essentially categorize it. You give them like a menu to choose from, right? Very, very simple. So if you're doing fitness, it could be like the best, weight loss programs of 2025, all fitness programs reviews, and then recalls for fitness programs, for example, right? Then, if you're planning on writing articles, which I highly recommend you to do, you simply feature the articles. Then the reviews, if you're featured somewhere, but if you're not, you don't have to do it for now. And right here, you simply just tell them, right, what, they're going to learn when it comes down to the supplements and the treats for their dogs, right? And you basic also what you want to tell them, like you want to tell them why it's so important to explore these trees. Because like look at this, right? Explore trees, choose toppers and supplements. Great. But why should I even bother myself doing that? And they tell you this, right? Alongside a complete and balanced diet, dog treats, choose toppers and supplements can aid training, dental health, specific health concerns, nutritional deficiencies, or overall well-being. So they literally tell you like why should you like explore these trees, right? Then, they give you all these different categories for that again. Then the recalls, if you want to have it again, if you want to have recalls and like warnings, make sure that you discuss it legally with someone, right? Because like that's very important. And then what you want to do is that you want to have an email subscriber list, form. Very simple. Now with this, email list subscription form, what you also want to do, you want to give them the value proposition for the email list as well. Like you want to tell them what they can expect to receive, right? Like that's very important. So if you offer survival tips, You can just tell them like, hey, survival tips for adventurous people 3 times a week, certified, tips every single week or whatever. Like that's very important because yeah, it's just basically you want to tell them what they can expect as simply as humanly possible, right? And in the big headline, you wanna give them like the main benefit. So if you're promoting computers, for example, right? If you're doing computer reviews, build build the highest performing desktop for the lowest price possible. And what you also want to do, you want to write it in a juicy way, right? Make sure that it stands out. So, like, let's just say, uh, build 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 the cheapest gaming machine that can, easily run all the games or something like that, right? And for the subheader, what you want to do is that you essentially want to include like a little more descriptive phrase about what there is going to be, right? And they do that. The Dog Food Advisor offers a free dog recall alert service by email. So whenever there's like a poisoned or like bad dog food, they give you this through email, which is like, if you think about it, I've told you and I'm going to be telling you to only give your audience what they truly want. Like this is valuable and they give it to you for free. Like they literally send you dog food warnings into the email, which is like, this is valuable thing. Like imagine you're a dog lover and like you love your dog and like you want to do all the best for him and like you want to buy something for him, but like you're scared and like something like this lands into your inbox and you're like, oh, like thank you, like this is very strong reason. Like they actually give you a strong reason to stay because in that way you literally protect your dog for free. So by the way, I'm not promoting their website, I'm just telling you like how it is. Okay, so these are the first two things. Now the next thing we have to do is to create our domain, because if you look at this, right, dogfoodadvisor.com, that's their domain. Their domain is dogfoodadvisor.com. And if you want to have a original URL, which if you want to appear professional, like you must have, then you have to create your custom domain. And the best place to create your custom domain on is called GoDaddy. And what you basically do, you essentially just land here, which is their homepage. And what you do is you buy domain from them, and usually what it costs is around $10 or $15 per year to create a domain. Now, when creating domain, try to pick domains that end at .com because they're more legitimate. If you use something like .net, .org, it doesn't feel legitimate, right? So let's just say, let's just say, uh, uh, let's just say we are doing some tips for insurance, or let's just say we're doing something for fitness. So, fitness freaks tips, for example, right? So let's see. Okay, so this is very expensive. Obviously, don't want this. Um, so let's just make it a little bit different. Fitness freaks advice. Okay. So fitness freaks advice. Oh, no, we don't want this because that's $100. But fitness, yeah, fitnessfreaksadvice.com. You see for 0.18, which is that's great. Or yeah, or this one's great, right? Fitnessfreaks101.com. That's 4 euros. That's absolutely amazing. And now what you do, you simply purchase this domain, right? And you just buy it now, right? Very simple. Now we're not gonna go through this. It's just, you put it into your cart and you just buy it. It's $4 per year, which is, 4 euros per year. It's absolutely unreal. And what you then do is that you connect your domain on your website, and so that when people land on your website, it looks like this, right? It doesn't have like some weird shady URL. It actually has like a legit URL. And in our case, it's going to be fitnessfreaksadvice101.com. So that's pretty much that. Now let's just go over how to actually create your website. And for this case, I have chosen two tools. I have chosen car.co, which is like very cheap, but offers limited, tools. And then I've also picked Go High Level, which literally lets you create website like this, like literally. And you can create it within like 5 hours if you're good at it. So, and it's not hard. So I'm just gonna show you how to do that, right? And we're going to do it step by step, right? So let's do it. Okay, so when you go to the car.co, it's like an online, drag and drop page builder. And what you do is like it, first of all, it costs like $40 or $25 per year. I'm not sure. When I bought it, it cost like $40 per year for the premium one. And I highly recommend that because it gives you advanced features. And what you do, you simply click on choose a starting point, and then you can, either start from a blank page or you can pick one of the, templates. Now, if you look at these, right, some of these have only like are only available in premium, right? Now, the next important thing is that you want to go to landing, right? This is where you want to go, right? Because if you look at this, website, it's kind of similar to these ones, right? It's not as you don't want like personal blogs or stuff like that. So yeah, this is where you want to go, and you want to, like pick from these templates. Now, if you don't find templates that kind of match, these websites, what you can do is do this. You basically just type in car.co templates and they have free and also paid templates, right? If you look at this, right? Yeah, these are weird. Yeah, let's just go on the different website. Yes, this one is great. So if you look at this, right, you can even get a preview, right? You can literally just, like this is the template, right? Like this is what you're gonna get. This is absolutely amazing, and it costs. How much does this cost? Yeah, so this costs $1. Yeah, you have to literally you have to like click. Yes, $49, 25. Like, do you see like how amazing these templates are? Like, this is great. It also has got like a menu, right? Like menu in there, which is absolutely amazing. Um, so yeah, you just literally like want to research like affiliate marketers' websites, and yeah, just based on them because when you research them, you will see similarities within the design. Like you will see the similarities in the layout, and then like I've said, you want to get inspired, not copy it. And the way you do it is either by picking templates, which will, by the way, save you like millions of hours. But like before you can actually use the template, right? I would highly recommend you to just learn basics, and I'm gonna do that right now, right? So for that case, we are going to use Go High Level because that's this software. Because I feel like Car.co is amazing for beginners, but if you want to create like these advanced websites, you need Go High Level. And by the way, the same things I will be doing right now in Go High Level can also be done in car.go. Like the layout is almost identical. It's the same drag and drop editor, right? So for this case, what we have to do is we have to go, we're in the menu, right? We have to do is we have to go to sites, and now we're here. Now we're in this menu right here. And then what we're gonna do, we're gonna click on create website, right? Right here. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to click on new website. Now, what we're going to do, we're gonna name our website. So example, right? Then what we wanna do next is this. We're simply going to create from blank, and then we are going to click on add new page. Just say one, whatever, right? Now, after this loads, you just gonna click on create from blank, or if you use use existing, then you can like edit existing templates that are on Go High Level. Now, for the beginning, I just want you to get familiar with all what you need to do and how it actually works when you're building a website. So let's just click create from blank. All right. So the first thing that we have to do is to pick how wide the website is going to be. Now, I'm just going to be comparing it side by side so that you can see what we're actually creating, right? I'm not going to like recreate our entire website. I'm just going to show you the tools and what to do and how to structure it. So first of all, if you look at this right here, right, you can see that the website is fully wide. So we will add a section. Right now, what is section and how does it work? So first of all, do you see like how this page changes, right? There's a black background, then there's the black banner. Then there is the picture and the header. Then there is the category with the best dog foods. And like basically the page, changes the backgrounds. Do you see like this gray, this is white, this is gray again, and this is, kind of yellow, right? And this is black, like this is the end of the page. Now to like create this effect, we do something called, sections, right? And inside these sections, right? Let me just show you, right? So let me just like create two sections, right? Right now we have two sections. Now all these other things, right? Just gonna close this one. Yeah. All these things such as, buttons and, text are called elements. And so what we have to do next is we have to add row, right? Now, what is row? This is basically, look, for example, right here, we've got 5 buttons, right? And so in order to have 5 elements in one row, we need to, create 5 column row, for example, right? So like then we can add 5 buttons, and button is an element, right? So the hierarchy of the pages row, which is like, the big, sorry, section, which is like this big section that just changes, backgrounds. And then what we have to do, we have to insert row, because inside these rows, then there are elements, and the elements are things such as buttons, headlines, subheadlines, pictures, links, whatever, right? Whatever you see on the page, right? So this is how it's like structured, right? Now, if I click on add element, let me just see. Yeah, I just click, add button, add button. Very simple, like super simple, right? Now, the way, let me just quickly go over here. We can change the background color right here, for example. And then if we scroll down, we can see the text options, and just change the text, right? Very simple. Now, we also want to make sure, right? If you want to create let's just see. We, for example, click on reviews, right? Then we're going to get taken to another page. Now, the way you do this is you have to create like a lot of separate pages, right? And then you link these pages together, right? The way you do that is very simple. you click on the button, and then if you scroll down, then you see what is going to be the action of the button, right? And you can either, you can just basically just paste in the website URL. And then in this, you will simply paste in the URL, the link of the website you just created. It's very, very simple, right? Now, however, what happens if I want to have like multiple different rows within one, section? Because that's the case right here, right? You can see here is five, elements, and then there's only one, right? And you cannot just, I'm just gonna show you, you cannot include like elements under the section, right? So what you want to do, you want to create another row underneath these, underneath these 5 row buttons and add only one column, right? Because if you see, right, we can see that there's 5 buttons, but then there's also only one element in each row, right? And then the way you do that is very simple. You add subheadline as an element, then you add main headline, then you add subheadline again, right? So if you look at this is very, very simple, right? Like this is literally it, right? Now, there's another thing. There was a little difference, right? Let me just see. Yeah, I'll just remove this because if you can look here, there is not one element. There are actually 2 elements. There's these 5 stars, and then there's this text, right? So what we want to do underneath this, we want to add, 2 column row. And right here, what we want to do is we want to add an image, and then we want to add, the subheadline, right? Now, how do you, because like this, picture is super small, how do you make it smaller? It's very, very simple. You can just, if you click on the image, you can adjust the size right here by either, clicking, by either like adjusting the size in pixels, or if you're not sure, in percent, right? Which is like easier. So the height, let's just say like 50%. You just like, yeah. Let's just make it smaller. Let's just do 35. Yeah, still smaller. So let's just do like 15, right? And then with the width, that's a little bit more. So let's do like 50. Let's see. Yes. Let's just do 30, 37, right? Yeah. And right, you can see, and that's very simple. Now, another important thing, how do you actually move these elements so that they're close to each other or like far away from each other? It's very simple. Each one of the elements or rows or sections, they got something called padding and margin, right? And you can find it whenever you click to any like, row, element, or section, it doesn't matter. They have got this setting. So let me just click on this image, right? And no, what we need to do, yeah, I'll just click on the image. And right here, you can see margin and padding, right? And now, if you see, I make this smaller. Now, if I cannot make this like smaller anymore, I just click on minus and I add, custom number, right? Why does not this work? Yes, this sh this should do the work. Oh, okay, so it refuses to do it. I'm not sure why, because it worked before. However, if you like cannot make the image any smaller, right? There's a fix. You can essentially move these elements closer, right? Now you can also do the same thing with the sub headline, right? So if you're here, again, you go to margin and padding and you just play with it, right? Like you just want to adjust it's like next to that element, right? Like you just literally like play with it. Like you want to play with it, right? So you keep it next to each other, you make it smaller, bigger, right? You get the idea. Now, what if we want to change the what if we want to change the background? So we have to click on the section, and then we pick the background. Very simple. Now here you can clearly see the menu, right? How do we do that? We click on add section and then we click on section templates and no, pre-built sections, sorry. And where we want to go is, let me just see this. Yes, mega menu headers, right? So I will just copy and paste it over here. And right now we can simply just use, this column. And the great thing about Go High Level is that, like you can literally like move it, right? So if you look at this, right, I can literally just move it from section to section and only use like what I need, right? And then I can just simply remove that one. And yeah, you see, and right now we already have a menu. Now, obviously, what you want to do, right? If you want to have a different, a different color than this section, you want to create new section, and then you want to move this one right here. Then what you do is that you change the background, and background is here, and you can also, and you have to, if it doesn't work, you have to change the background to the same color as here, right? You have to set the white for this one, and you have to set white for this one as well, right? And then if you want to like change up the menu, you simply click on this menu, and when you click here, you go here to the right, and let me just quickly find that. Yeah, brand logo configuration. Here is literally the brand logo you can find, right? It's very, very simple. And you just can upload a picture and again adapt it. Now, right here with the buttons, it is very simple. You just simply, you can, play with the order of the buttons right here. It's very, very simple, right? And right here, you can simply, change how they're called, right? It's very, very simple. So yes, that is pretty much that. Now, another important thing, if you want to have like this simple menu where you just simply click on the on the home, for example, and it takes you to another site, you want to make sure there's this like image like this. You don't want to have the square, because if you have the square, it's like menu that opens up in front of you, right? So unless you want to do that, which I don't recommend you to do, then just have, that simple thing next to that. Now, if you want to like play with the direction and the space where you want to have your items from your menu, you simply again click on the navigation menu elements, and then you go to margin and padding, and you edit it. Right here, you can also see how how much do you want these items to be spaced out. It's very, very simple, right? Now, let me just go over some more of these. Yes. So, how do you actually, let's just say you like, how do you create these? It's very, very simple. What you do is you create a new section because we want a different color, right? And then, if you look, these are, free elements. So we want a row with free elements. And then what we do, because if you look, there's an image and then there's, a headline, right? That's the only thing. So what you want to do, you want to add, why it's not working? You want to add an image, and then underneath that image, you want to add, a subheadline, for example, right? And then what you can do is like you literally do the same for the remaining two. Now, if you see this, it's got like border and it's like nicely shaped, right? So how do you do this? You want to go on column level, right? So you click on column, go to advanced, then you click full border. And if you see this, it's got a border. Now, if you want a border around the picture, then you have to click on the element, right? So you just undo border. And then if I click on the image, I go to advanced, image border, and yes, I can just set up a border, right? So dark one. And if I want it like circular, I just go image radius and I click on, no, that's what we don't want. Let me just see this. What we want to do, right? Let's see. So, okay, so the only thing we can actually do is to create the border around. I thought it could be like done. We have picture, but it couldn't. So just do like the uh s- change this up. So what do we do? We're here. We have to go on the first column, which is like the purple one, then full border, and then what we do is that we, adjust the border radius. There you can clearly see that, right? And then again, if you want to like make the picture like match it, you have to make the picture bigger, right? So this is essentially how you do it. Or the other way around, you can do that is you just remove the border and then we click on the element and we go on image radius and we click on round corners. Now, obviously, it's not going to be visible right now because I haven't uploaded any picture, but if you can see it, this gets this has like rounded, corners. And then you just, write whatever. So it's very, very simple. Now, if you want to change like the color of the fonts, you simply click on the subheadline and you go to color options. Everything's on right, and you just change the color, right? For specific scenarios. So if I want, when it's bold, if I want it in green, then it's gonna be green. So that's pretty much that. Let me just quickly. Yes, this is easy. And how can you do like this list of articles? This is very simple actually. So let me just create, another section, again, full width, and add row. Um, we can have like 3 rows, right? Again, we have to think of it this way, right? And then what we can do is add bullet list, right? This is like very simple, and we just, essentially just, write whatever, right? And then we want to add like hyperlink, which we do by this, right? And we just simply add the link. Now, how do we actually, because if you look at this, this is like nice, right? How do we, first of all, we, can change the color. So like just make it this way. How do we change the color of the icon? It should be somewhere in there. Let me just quickly find this. But the very important thing is the line height, which is essentially like the distance between each bullet point, right? And you have to adjust this so that it looks clean, right? You simply just, you know, just play with it, right? Yeah, it's very, very simple, works. So yeah, you want to keep it somewhere around like 1.7. Yeah, this looks clean, right? And then you simply include the links. You can also underline the text, but it's also going to change the color because don't forget the underline text is not set to blue. Right now it is. So that's that. Now, just quickly go over that. Now, if I go through this site, it's essentially all the same, right? If you also like, if you have these, like if you want to create these tables and you see like the background of this, that's very, very simple, right? If I just create like whatever text, right? Let me just create headline, right? And then if I click on it again, uh, I can see the background color, right? And so let me just make this, and then you can see that, they did the same thing, right? And that's pretty much that. Now, regarding the end of the website, right? And also regarding the form, let me show you how to do that. So let's just create another section, right? So I'll just make full width, add row, which is gonna be like, probably, yeah, 2 columns, because there we have like the doc, picture or whatever. So we like add picture, and right here, what we want to add is, sign up form. And let's just see if we have it in here or not. Let's just see. Yes, we have it. Now, what do we do next? We have to create a form inside a form builder in Go High Level, right? And you essentially like you can choose from multiple forms, right? It's very, very simple. And you can essentially like create your form inside this builder, right? It's very, very easy. So that's that. And then regarding the footer of the website, that's the easiest job in the world. Let me just click, add new section, and then you will go to pre-built sections, and you just like you can literally like save yourself so much time, right? Because if you see these templates, you can like literally just use them on your own, right? Like you are allowed to use these. Yeah, and you can just go to footer and like you literally, find it here, right? And you can literally just like adjust it to your liking. Like it's absolutely unreal, right? This looks the same as this one, right? It's like literally the same. So yeah. Um, regarding the website, it's just if I'm being completely honest with you, like just try to, use this knowledge I just gave you, because right now I just gave you a tutorial on how to use this tool, right? And then what you want to do, you just want to be looking at other affiliate websites, and like you will spot patterns. You will spot what every single one of these guys is just doing the same, like, and there will be patterns. And based on these patterns, you will build your website using this tutorial, because I've literally just gave you all the information you need. Right now, you just need to learn the skill, because you're going to be confused sometimes, and it's completely normal. I was as well. Watch this tutorial like multiple times to get the good understanding first, and that is pretty much it. I wish you guys a lot of luck, and talk to you soon, and let's just get going, and yeah, that's pretty much it.